Welcome to this quick 8-minute video on why it is time to change the way you manage your employees. So my name is Keanon Thomas. I'm excited to have all of you watching this video. Make sure that you watch the entire thing. Give me some good reviews for class and we're going to be real happy about that. Okay, so it's a little bit about me. The reason why I'm qualified to give this video on why it's time to change the way you manage your employees. I've been in management for the past 8 years now. I've managed groups with hundreds of people down to tiny startups with teams of 30 agents. So I've been doing this for a really long time. I got tons of experience in the game. I'm looking forward to sharing some of that knowledge and to help persuade you on why it's important to change the way that we manage our employees. So we're going to go ahead and start off with a quick graphic. It's a little bright, so it's kind of hard to see. I'm actually going to grab this camera. We're going to scoot it up so you can see that. So this is why they left: concern for career advancements. So the top reason is I was concerned about the lack of opportunities for advancement. It goes down through arguments with management, unsatisfied with the culture. It has, I want more challenging work, unsatisfied with the benefits I received, all sorts of reasons that people are unsatisfied with the jobs that they are working, and they're leaving them in droves. So how can we change that? How can we fix that? That's the question, and that's what I'm here to persuade you with. My next image is of YouTube. Okay, really popular place to work. It's a great company. They treat their employees really well there. In this picture, you can see there's a guy going down a slide. Okay, a slide in a workplace. Have you ever had a company that had a slide? I know I haven't. That would be a first for me. Next image is of Google. Once again, we got another slide there on the right. Okay, really cool environment. They got some cool chairs. They got TVs. Looks relaxed. Okay, so when you think of your typical employment, you think of your 9-to-5 job, what do you think of? I want you to picture that real hard right now. I know what I think of. It's typically a cubicle. It's a boring place to work. We got the management who is after you to perform, right? It's all about numbers. It's all about if you're working, if you're doing your job. Breaks are limited, lunch is limited, everything's limited. You're just there to work. That's what most companies are like nowadays. And that is not the future. You need to change. So in this video, we're gonna go over how to do that. What can you do? What can you do as the manager of your company? The first thing, when you think of a manager, what do you think of? When you think of the boss, what do you think of? In past jobs, have you known your boss? Have you spoken to your boss? Is he a cool guy? Is he relaxed? Is he down to earth? Or is he the boss? He's somebody you got to be on your toes around. So as a manager, as a boss, you need to communicate with your employees. That is the number one thing that you can do to keep your employees motivated and to keep them from quitting. When you communicate with your employees, you will keep them interested in the job. You can find out what their goals and ambitions are, and then you can then inspire those ambitions. If you don't communicate, you will never find out that information, and you will never be able to give them the information that they need, the substance they need to work for you, that motivation. Okay? The next thing that you can do is you can change the work environment from pure work to that of a fun work environment. People quit their jobs because they're bored. People quit their jobs because it's just work all the time. They get miserable. This is millennials we're talking about. This isn't your mom and pop anymore. This is the new generation. And with the new generation, you need to change the way that the 9-to-5 job has been done. So, at my big companies where we've been really successful, I have implemented tons of changes in the form of competitions. We call them spiffs. These are competitions among the sales agents to see who can perform. You hit the prize, you hit the goal, you get a prize. It's that simple. It can be cash. It can be gift cards. It can be anything like that. Recognition. You need to communicate and recognize your employees when they are performing. Okay? How many of you go to job, you do the same thing every day, and you've never heard your name called out and celebrated? I know I've done that time and time again. It's frustrating. You feel like you're putting forth your best. You want to be rewarded. You want to be recognized. And you as the manager can do that at any time. It is your responsibility. Okay? The next thing that we will go over is the structure of a company. You show up 9 to 5, you get there in the morning, you have a break, you have a lunch, you have another break, you go home, right? More and more companies are switching to at-home jobs. Statistics show that a company that works at home, their employees tend to last much longer with them. Why is that? Is it because it's the comfort of your home? You get to relax and chill and not do work? No. Statistics show, once again, that the work still gets done. So changing up that 9 to 5, that boring office, that little cubicle, is going to help your employees perform. When your employees are comfortable, they will perform at their best. Okay? So, moving on to the last part. So the last part of this is going to be a review on what you can do as you grow and as you manage your employees. So we kind of hammered this. This was the first part we went over. It was communication. I told you to speak with your employees, to find out their goals, to find out what they want to do. Once again, the reason employees leave in droves, let's actually go back to this slide right here. So they're concerned about opportunities for advancement. They want to know that they are appreciated, that they can move forward with a career, and then they want more challenging work. They want compensation, they want benefits, they want more money, right? They're unsatisfied with management. So when we communicate with our employees, we can find out the different things that they are interested in, okay? So changing the way you manage your employees, when you're the boss, when you're open, when you communicate, when you can move forward with your employees, you can build a trust on a level that you have never done. And when you have that trust, your employees will come to you. When they're frustrated, they will talk to you. And you can use that talking point to build a platform of success. Okay, pretty simple. So, worst comes to worst, sometimes employees do quit. What do we do then? How do we handle it? So it's very important that when an employee does leave, we have an exit interview. An exit interview is when we speak with that employee and we find out why they're leaving. We find out what we as managers can do to improve the situation. Okay? We find out why they're quitting and what they did not like and what they did like. We're going to implement more of what they did like. We're going to change what they didn't like. We're going to use this to improve for all of our employees. When all of our employees are happy, our numbers are up, our sales are up, we're doing good. Let's think of Google again, right? They got a slide in their office. Let's think of YouTube. They got benefits. They got daycare. Okay? They're spending money on their employees to make their employees feel valued. Now, you may not have the money to spend to put a slide in your office, to have daycare options, but when you communicate with your employees, when you find out what your employees want and need, you make them feel valued. The same way that Google and YouTube are making their employees feel valued by spending a ton of money. You can do that without spending the money by simply communicating with your employees. So it's time to change how we manage our companies. It's time to change the boring 9 to 5. People are quitting. People are changing. They're looking for better opportunities. And those opportunities will come in the form of your competitors. It's time to change or get left behind. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and leave you. I want to thank you for taking the time to listen to this video. My name's Keanon Thomas. I hope you learned a lot. Thank you.